What's your name?
My name's Melanie.
Melanie. Awesome. Great to meet you. Okay, so you live very close to this area where we've got Guardia Nacional, we've got migrants that come across. What kind of numbers are you seeing people come across? Because you showed me a picture a little earlier of your driveway full of people.
Groups 200. They'll have 200 people walking, and then a border patrol on a megaphone, and then 200 more people behind them with another truck with a megaphone telling, like, herding them like cattle.
Do you think that the migrant flows are going up or going down from what you're seeing?
Increased by 100,000.
Oh, really? Just here recently?
In the last 8 months, I've probably seen 300,000 people.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
So
And
there's just...
be clear about it, none of them are Hispanic.
Okay.
They're all Chinese, Syrian.
The lady that we talked to was probably Brazilian. So you know you might be in a place where there's lots of migration smuggling when you see signs like this. And there's the wall in the background. We are here in Jacumba. This is a spot that it looks like is pretty happening in terms of border crossings. So I'm gonna do some scouting around here and then probably stay later into the night and see what I can find. So driving a little bit further into Jacumba proper. We've got the lower size fence. It goes up to the taller. I don't know exactly what the measurements are. I'm guessing it's probably 10 or 12 feet up to something like a 20-foot fence. Border wall. So, welcome to Jacumba Hot Springs. I'll explore around here a little bit and see if I can find where all these migrants are crossing. Something obvious, I'll hop in and chat with a local or two. Looks like there's some side streets leading off towards the wall, but they're not paved. So I'll probably shoot through town here, just see what I can see and then work my way back. So in Jacumba, that's the proper pronunciation, not Jacumba, as I found out. There's roads that lead right up to the border wall. So I'm walking along one of them, and you can see our no trespassing signs. And then looking down the wall, we've got those are, I'm guessing 20 feet high, and then it drops to the 10 to 12 foot high border wall. I'm seeing what might be a migrant actually down there. I'll take a walk down and see what I can find. But this is a spot where in the past there's been a lot of folks camped out along here, and they'll cross over and then basically wait to get picked up. So these are what are known as give ups rather than getaways, where they're trying not to get caught. I am curious what that is down there, right next to the fence. Maybe it's not a person, but I do see up above me here, we've got Customs and Border Protection. They're in their truck. So I would imagine I'm going to get a visit here in a sec and get told I need to get off of this area right next to the border wall. We can see, looking through onto the other side, just a small settlement. You can hear roosters crowing. I wonder if I'd be able to walk up and chat with them. I know there's spots along the wall here where there have been a lot of camps in the past. We'd probably be able to see the evidence of that if we were able to get a little bit better view. Although what I'm gathering from some of the past news reports, and I haven't found anything more recent in print since February, although there's a Fox News video report that came out maybe a week ago that showed several dozen people getting picked up by Customs and Border Protection. Let's see what we can find. So we're here east of Jacumba, and this is a location where a lot of the migrants, when they come across the border, they'll hang here, or they get directed to be here while they're waiting for Customs and Border Protection to come pick them up and start them on the processing. And just had a great conversation with a Border Protection agent. Got some questions answered, so adding to the knowledge bank, but wanted to give everybody a quick view of what this looks like here. Of course, it's kind of windblown, so we have a lot of trash that's kind of blown out along the way. We've got Highway 8, I believe, right here. There's some hand washing stations and porta potties. Get a quick view into these makeshift tents. So when it's super hot, we'll hang out in here, stay out of the sun, or when it's super cold, we'll start little fires out. You can see there's some bedding. There's where they start the fires. And then we've got some trash cans provided. This mountain is high enough that there's no border wall that goes up and over it. So this is a spot where historically migrants have come across, but from what I understand and I'm being told, the Guardia Nacional on the Mexican side is moving people away from this area. So there's been, sounds like, a week or two since people have seen any migrants right in this area. At least that's what they're telling me in town when I check into a couple of places. So I've got a tip off on an area where there's more migrant crossings. And so I'm going to head out there next to the west of Jacumba. So the tip I got was to head down a place called Jewel Valley Road. Apparently this is where Fox News last Thursday got their footage of the migrants crossing. So I just wanted to give a view of what this looks like. The sun is going down. It's about 7:15. So it'll be dark here soon, and apparently that's when the migrants start to cross. The south side of the border, apparently further east from here, so this is Jacumba, and further east from that, there are places that the migrants have crossed before, or at least historically would cross, but the Guardia Nacional is posted up in the area, apparently, and so there's fewer people, or no people, crossing there. So just coming down to this area, and we've got a migrant lady who is from a Portuguese-speaking country, I'm assuming Brazil, and a local woman who lives very close was out trying to communicate with her, but her phone translating app wasn't working well, so I was able to use mine because I've got a little better service. And she has been sitting out here basically all day. She managed to work her way up this road, which leads up from where a lot of these migrants are crossing. And she's been passed a whole bunch of times by the CBP folks and doesn't really know what to do. It's getting dark. She's getting scared. So what's going to happen is we'll figure out a way to get her connected with Customs and Border Patrol, or at least this lady who I'm following now, who agreed to guide me through to the border crossing point up the road a ways. She said it's a little bit confusing to get to, but that she would take me there. And then she'll come back and tend to the Brazilian lady. So, well, that's exciting. The sun's getting ready to set, so it's going to be dark here soon. There's this moral dilemma that people run into when they find these migrants stranded. If you transport a known illegal migrant or someone who's not here legally, you can be fined up to $10,000 if you're caught. And so it's risky figuring out what to do with people. You can give them some aid, but you can't throw them in your vehicle and drive them somewhere. This lady from Brazil was telling me she's just trying to turn herself in to start the migration asylum process, but that she apparently didn't make it in time to be able to get picked up by the folks who were being taken earlier this morning, and so she's been waiting out here all day, not sure what's happening, not sure what she's supposed to do. So it looks like she wound up just basically walking up this road, and she's lost and she needs help. So yeah, I mean, what do you do? So this is where I think a lot of the locals who are living along the border are having these experiences where they're trying to help fill the gaps with what's happening as the folks are coming across. It's also a good sign that we're going to see some folks crossing the border. Apparently we're going to an area where there's a break in the wall, and this is where a lot of the folks have been coming through. Again, this is where Fox News was recording last Thursday and had a bunch of people, maybe 30 or 40 people, that they were filming from all kinds of different places. Lots of people from Turkey, from I think Iran. There were some South Americans, but we'll see what we can find tonight. So this is an encampment area. Looks like this is probably the spot that folks are staying at while they're waiting to get picked up. And now we're heading in a little bit deeper. Okay, she's stopping here. So she said that at this point in the evening, usually there would be people waiting already there at that campsite. There's not, and so we're going to go a little further. She said that there's Guardia Nacional a lot of times who are armed. She said, "Are you armed?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Oh, you may find it a little bit dangerous to be down here." And I said, "Oh, I don't think I'm in danger necessarily from the National Guard, the Mexican National Guard." She goes, No, from the migrants." I guess that's a risk we'll be taking. But this road's a little less maintained than the previous one was. And we're getting pretty close to the wall here. To turn around in. Okay. Yeah, we're getting right up to the wall here. Getting worse. I want to bottom out in my little car and then not be able to plants are scraping the bottom. Okay. She's pulling across right here. Oh, big bump. Big bump. There we go. Not have made it down here on my own. Holy crap. It just would not have been this adventurous. So I'm really glad that she is guiding me. I'm pretty confident I could get out of here, but getting in here is an adventure. This a bit. Let me see if I can chat with her real quick.
And he's like, "I thought that was over with." I'm like,
no, like it's happening all the time.
Yes. Okay, so ask.
Okay, so first of all, my name's Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
Freelance journalist. What's your name?
My name's Melanie.
Melanie, awesome. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so you live very close to this area where we've got Guardia Nacional, we've got migrants that come across. What kind of numbers are you seeing people come across? Because you showed me a picture a little earlier of your driveway full
Groups
of people.
Groups 200. They'll have 200 people walking, and then a border patrol on a megaphone, and then 200 more people behind them with another truck with a megaphone, telling, like, herding them like cattle.
So are they walking them out of this whole area?
They did have vans going back and forth.
Okay.
And they were going like 80 miles an hour.
Okay.
I put speed bumps in front of my road because they were going so fast.
Right. Oh, no.
I'm talking, first it was only during the day,
Okay.
then it was 24 hours a day.
Okay.
And I think that now they've rented vans because
I
the
see.
vans are broken.
Okay. You have seen historically, over periods of
many,
time,
so many.
lots of people. Do you think that the migrant flows are going up or going down from what you're seeing?
Increased by 100,000.
Oh, really? Just here recently?
In the last 8 months, I've probably seen 300,000 people.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
So
And none
there's
of them
just
are, to clarify, none of them are Hispanic.
okay.
They're all Chinese, Syrian.
The lady that we talked to was probably Brazilian, right? Oh, and she told you she was Brazilian?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, wow. And so they're basically coming across the border here. They're waiting to get picked up here,
Right.
or do
No.
they get marched out to that waiting area?
Where the light is where
Uh-huh.
they camp. They have bonfires. They got people
Okay.
bringing them firewood.
Now, who guides them from crossing
There's
here?
signs. There's signs. If you go back this way, there's signs that say asilo, asilo, asilo with arrows.
Okay, go further, and
Asylum,
then
yeah, whatever.
yes,
Yes.
okay. And then there's that camp area that's a little easier because the road leading up to that point is in a lot better shape. So that's easier for them to get the...
Right, they'll keep going up this road until they get to Tierra del Sol. Tierra del Sol is all asphalt. And the buses will go out to the asphalt.
Okay. So the way we came in was a little bit different
Was
than
dirt.
how they tend to come in?
Well, they come in that way, but the buses won't go that far.
I see.
The
So then
buses
they have to
where I
walk
met
them
you,
out to...
Where I
yeah.
met you is where the buses will go.
I see.
Unless there's so many that they have to have the buses take them.
I see. Okay. And then they're actually just walking out all the way to
Yes.
that where I met you
At
at the end of the pavement.
At first they were all men,
Okay.
mostly men.
Yep.
Now I'm getting women, children, families. Or 2 women with 8 kids.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's...
And I see a lot of the I haven't understood the cut off shoestrings. There's cut off shoestrings.
That's right. Because the
I-
border
as-
patrol makes them get rid of their shoestrings just in case they
No,
turn
no,
it
no,
into
no,
a
no,
weapon
these
or
are cut up
something.
ones. No, it's like something the cartel is putting on them. Ones that have
Oh.
certain ones are carrying illegal drugs, smuggling for.
Oh, really?
I couldn't figure
so
it out.
they're like color
They're
coordinated
They're
bands,
They're marked.
like wristbands that
They're
they have
like
on.
wristbands, but they're cut off shoelaces or tent strings or
Okay.
They're
Oh, and those have special meanings
right,
for
like
what
who
they
owes.
might be
I was
carrying.
told it was for who owes or where they divvied up at.
I see, or
I don't
maybe
really know
how
what it
much
is.
they've paid or where they're
Right,
coming
and
from.
I haven't figured out. I've been
or some
working
kind of
on
code
it.
system.
I've been working on it, but I don't know what it is. But for a while, I must have
Wow.
like 10 trash bags full of cut off shoestrings.
And they cut them off after they get across the border
Right,
here?
as soon as they get over here, they cut them off.
I see. Okay. And then do they, I know in other places along the border, just before they cross, they'll ditch any information like personal
All of their
IDs or...
anything, everything, yes.
Okay, and that just winds up in big piles right in this
Down there
area?
in the encampment.
Oh, in the encampment. You'll
Underneath the
find a
rocks,
lot of that.
I
Okay.
have found.
There's money, right, because they ditch their money.
They ditch
Because
the
they
money,
know it's going to get
'cause they
taken away
can't
from them
have- right,
anyway.
they can't have it.
Right.
I'm talking a lot of money.
If you had to guess.
I've got
I mean,
a bag in my trunk.
Obviously, this is claimed and taxes are paid, et cetera, et cetera.
If I had to guess,
That's crazy.
I would say $5,000.
Wow.
But the
Just
old-
in random bills that...
Chinese, Honduras, yeah. I
Okay.
don't know, my truck is a mess.
No, you're good, you're good,
But no,
you're good.
seriously, zipper pouches. I found a
That's
gray zipper pouch
crazy.
face down with $10,000 in it of Nicaraguan money.
Oh, no way. Like that U.S. equivalent of that much?
No, that was that country's.
Yeah, okay, right, okay.
First class ticket stubs.
Yeah.
Almost all the ticket stubs I found were first class.
Okay, because they fly into...
They have money. They fly.
like Tijuana or Mexicali.
Correct. And then
And-
they transfer over to Tijuana, and then they take a bus or they meet a cartel member. And there's
see.
people that they go to. There's people that are running it.
And the folks that you've been able to talk to, they've said that they were moved here by the cartel,
I haven't talked to anybody necessarily.
other than our Brazilian friend.
Right. A few of them, but not really. I've
Okay.
talked to other people who have. There's other people up here who help them.
I see. They don't usually make it out as far as your house, correct? Or do you...
They make them walk by my house.
Well, no, I mean like our Brazilian friend, they don't usually wander on their own that far.
Yes.
Do they? Oh, they do. Okay.
They'll come out of the bushes.
Oh my.
It's kind of scary.
Okay.
Yeah, I find.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's frightening. It's a little. And at night, I mean,
Yes.
right now there's eyes on us. You know that, right?
Right, of course.
There's,
Of course.
Like,
Yes.
I'm afraid to go pick that girl up because they're gonna see me here talking to you.
Yeah, I guess on some level.
Right, I could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And like I said, who I work for, that's who I work for.
I know, right?
Not for,
so
for not these people, but
right.
same deal.
I'd be real careful. I mean,
Yeah, I feel
on some level.
There's humanitarian and then there's retardation.
Right. There's don't get yourself in trouble. I'm confused why that lady has been passed so many times.
Right.
And she walked quite a ways. Like that's
Right, without
several
shoes
miles.
on. Like,
oh, she doesn't have shoes?
She has some flip flops on now, but she didn't have shoes on.
Where did she find? Did you give her flip flops?
Yeah, and I don't know where.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
I don't know what. Like I don't know who that guy was over there, but.
Oh, that poor lady.
But yeah, they're supposed to be stopping them.
Okay, so from what I understand, there was a meeting, a high-level meeting.
Right, and they said
in December,
Oh.
and that was when the Mexicans started taking a lot more actions to stop people from moving north to the border and then crossing the border.
Right,
so the Guardia Nacional, these guys here, are tasked usually
interceptors
to stop people from coming. Like they'll arrest them and move them away from the border when they're trying to cross. However, if you're telling me that this is clearly Guardia Nacional right here, like I can see their trucks, and they're just letting people through.
They've cut the poles.
Oh, they've cut the.
With grinders and plasma cutters.
The Guardia Nacional has?
I don't know if it's them. Somebody,
someone has.
But obviously there's somebody here watching them cut planks out of the wall.
Right. Well, why would they cut it if they can just go here to the end and walk around it?
Here in Campos.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah.
This goes all the way to.
Right. Okay, the wall extends, and
like
so further down.
But then down the way here, it picks back up and goes to Jacumba.
I see. Right.
I don't know where it actually picks back up. I've never driven out here. I've only taken my quad.
I see.
So I was a little confused about where I was at.
Oh, I see. Wow. Okay.
Is there anything else you want to know?
You got a crazy story.
I'm on the planning group. I'm on the board planning group. And not one meeting have we talked about this.
That's crazy. Do you fear it for the local community?
Right. 9 months, not one time.
Okay. So I know that there's humanitarian organizations that come out to help render aid to the folks, typically as they're out there, or do they come in all the way to here to help people?
It varies wherever the people are.
Okay.
I found a flyer last week, and I actually scanned it and translated it, and I don't know what language it was in, and it said, "Do not trust Border Patrol. They will be mean, and they lie."
What are you supposed to do?
It says, "We do not know how long you will be here. Could be hours, could be days. Please do not burn our vegetation." And what else did it say? It said if you're traveling with a group, let Border Patrol know that you're with a group and try to stick together as best as you can until you get through the process. But that's all the flyer said. Oh yeah, and it said food and medical aid will be provided twice a day.
Huh. But do you see them come by your house to drop off food and water and stuff like that? I see them running
to the vans.
I see.
For food and water.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of them are vegetarians, so like people made all kinds of food, and they ditched the tamales. They ditched it all. They won't eat it.
Oh, because it's got meat in it.
I'm down here. I picked up trash for the last 6 months. Filled my dumpster like every week to the rim. My husband tried to kill me.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Finally, they got a dumpster down here, but they didn't have a dumpster before.
Okay.
They didn't have porta potties. They didn't have water.
Yeah. Well, if this is a place where people are being guided to on the Mexican side and doing a lot of crossing,
they're getting dropped off somewhere over there.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Okay.
If you see any wild donkeys or burros, you better drive by my house and honk.
Okay.
Because I have been like, I have donkeys, but I heard there was wild ones over here.
Oh, okay.
They used to come across on their own, but now they don't.
Is that right? Oh, that's funny. Huh. Okay.
Be careful.
Wealth of information. Thank you. Yeah, I may not stay here until dark.
Right.
I might head back out to the campsite, but I want to maybe do
a
little bit of a walk
Diego?
around. No, I'm Phoenix. I'm coming in from Phoenix, so but I'm kind of covering the border, Gulf of Mexico out to the Pacific.
If you get back to the highway and you go to the right, there's another encampment down on the right-hand side of
Yes,
Jacumba.
just before the 8.
It's still on the highway.
Yeah, I just actually came from there.
Right, okay.
So that's where I got the tip from some folks that there was another encampment out this direction, and that this is where more border crossings were happening. Although I'm confused to see the Guardia Nacional here. It seems weird to me because I was told that they are not letting migrants cross over in Jacumba.
Well, we don't see any here either right now.
And
but
right, there's nobody here right now
that
except
lady
our
makes me questionable
Brazilian
why
friend.
she's still here. Like
maybe
I don't know how she avoided.
why she didn't get picked up.
Why
Maybe she got scared and hid.
Scared of what? That's her ticket out.
That's a good question. Okay, so here might be an idea. There was a CBP official posted up at the start of the road. I wonder if you went and told him that, hey, there's a lady down here.
They tell me, call the station.
Call the station. Oh, and is there a number that they answer? Or is this 911 that you're supposed to call?
No, there's a number. There's a number. They're really rude.
Are they?
I've asked them what's the emergency. I pulled them over. I've chased them. What is the hurry? What is the fucking emergency? I had a billboard up. What's the fucking emergency? Like, you don't need to be going 80 miles an hour.
Oh, I see. Right past your house.
On a dirt road. Like, people, I'm all, hey, people live here. He goes, yeah, we know. I'm all, we don't drive like assholes through your neighborhood. Why are you driving like this through mine?
Yeah.
And he tells me, he goes, you got a problem, you call the station.
Oh, no.
I'm also a superior, can tell you the same thing I'm telling you. Slow the fuck down.
I'm sorry.
So while their lights came on. I'm sorry, it's insane. Like, this is like something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I just saw somebody run by.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing them. I think they might be playing soccer back there.
Oh. If it's the Nacional.
It's the Guardia Nacional.
Oh,
yeah.
no, they have full-on suits.
No, they're in their civvies. It looks like they've got their
clothes?
They've got their black T-shirts on
and uniform
uniform pants is what I'm seeing. Okay. So I think they might be taking a bit of a break.
Yeah, the other one's like they've got a razor over here that has like helmets mounted to the seats, like with oxygen.
Yeah,
chemical warfare. Like they're all
okay. They're geared up for craziness.
I was on mushrooms, so I was like, okay. I look, I'm all, is that a person? I'm all,
oh my goodness!
I wave, and they wave back. I'm all, oh wow.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't keep you. Thank you so much. And thank you. I would not have made it out here on my own. So
you might have.
I don't think so. I would have turned around. So thank you. Yeah, I'll be able to get back. Okay. Absolutely.
Mom, okay. Eat something.
You betcha. Bye-bye. Wow. Okay, let's do a real quick reconnoiter here. Let's secure the car first. The Guardia Nacional is over on the other side. And I think they are likely to keep things on lockdown. So let's get a real quick look at what we can find here. So I think they're actually playing soccer over on the other side. We've got some vehicle barriers that are up. Looks like a listening post there. And get up on these rocks and see what we can see. And then what I'm thinking I'll probably do is head back to the campsite and wait there and see if any of the migrants wind up coming through and hanging out there, and see what that looks like when the Customs and Border Patrol officials come and pick them up. So, oh yeah, they're playing soccer. Okay, so vehicle barrier here. We've got a fence. Looks like kind of a no man's land. That's probably where the actual borderline runs, and then another short fence right next to that. But this certainly, I mean, you can see right here, fence has been pulled apart. This would not be easy to get over. I mean, would be easy to get over. It's not going to stop anybody. And I'll bet that if we were to search on the ground around here, I'm seeing some trash, but we'd probably find a bunch of IDs. So let's, it looks like I see some maybe bedding or something back there. Let's get a little closer to the wall and see what we can find. Interesting to see the Mexican National Guard right there. And then also that this is where migrants are crossing. Of course, now I've got a sock full of grass seeds. Ugh. that'll put up right here at the very end. A little bit of barbed wire. This wouldn't be that hard to pick your way through. Jump up, step over. A little hop, skip, and a jump, and off you go. So we got some tent structures here. Water, porta potties. Walk along the wall here a little bit. See what we can see. Yeah, sure enough. Look at that. So that's a Guardia Nacional pickup. No doubt about that. Oh, no, they're not playing soccer, they're playing volleyball. But what I don't see is a bunch of immigrants. Let's see, just a little bit past their campsite. I'm a little leery about driving back this whole way in the dark, although it really was kind of the worst right here, and then the road wasn't too far gone once we get past this little area at the beginning, once it gets off of the road right along the border. Wow, it's actually pretty. Huh. So there's probably, I'm guessing, a spot relatively close to here where people can drive up to and then maybe do a short walk up to this location where it's easy to get across. Especially if they were finding first-class ticket stubs. I don't think this is the type of migrant who's likely to want to spend a lot of time doing a multi-day hike into the wilderness. And I'm just kind of looking here for amongst the trash for IDs. Oftentimes you can see where people have ditched their IDs because they're from countries where it's hard to get an asylum claim approved. You know, if I'm coming from France and trying to claim that I'm being persecuted by my government, it's probably not going to go as well for me as if I say I'm from Afghanistan. Okay, well, I'm going to shut this off and probably drive back, but maybe not. Maybe I'll hang out here for a minute and see if anybody shows up.
Of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. I think wherever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the foul clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, wounds but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain